This week on Game Chronicles, we go round and round with NASCAR Inside Line.
This is Dave Hillier with Game Chronicles. Today we're taking a look at NASCAR Inside Line from Technics and Activision. With the first introduction from Carl Edwards, you get a little idea of what's in store.
Have some fun. Just remember, it's a good time to go out there and get that car dialed in. Anytime you need to, you just come in the pits.
Technics updated the graphics from last year, and so it's more on par with Gran Turismo 5. Even the sound has been updated with better crowd noise, and Fox Network's Mike Joy and Darrell Waltrip in the broadcast booth.
Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go round and round and round, boys and girls! Alright, buddy, this is the big day.
The actual driving itself is as easy or difficult as you want it to be. The normal Xbox 360 controller works fairly well for NASCAR Inside Line, but the subtle touch needed to keep the car in line really begs for a wheel controller. There are many deals available this time of year for Logitech and other great wheels for under $100, which I highly recommend.
It's all clear, bud. Outside. Car high.
Probably the biggest improvement for NASCAR Inside Line comes in the crash dynamics. Technics improved it a lot over last year, but not in a way that many gamers would want. Technics now has a much more advanced damage system, where impacts and velocity have a more direct effect on parts of the car. But you won't see any flying parts or tires rolling down the infield. Every racer tries the infamous turnaround head-on collision to take out the entire field. But NASCAR Inside Line puts an immediate stop to the shenanigans by bringing out the caution as soon as you start to go the wrong direction. You can do it in practice, but don't expect much. The cars act like one solid piece, so there's no particle explosion graphics or much of anything. Even running an opponent into a wall yields little excitement. There's usually some smoke and a few sparks along with the requisite panel damage, but the parts never really fly if someone gets airborne.
2 inside, 1 inside. Clear down low. Got a car low.
The real reason people are going to buy NASCAR Inside Line is because it's got updated drivers. There's also 23 officially licensed tracks. Despite a fairly immersive career mode, this is only Sprint Cup racing, so moving up in the ranks really is just moving up in the standings since you already got your Sprint Cup ride when you bought the game. It would have been great to see people starting go-karts, dirt track midgets, outlaw, and other local legend type racing, and then move up to the Truck or Nationwide series to be finally recruited for Sprint Cup. When you start in career mode, you have the bare minimum car. As you begin to win races and accumulate money, you can upgrade your car engine, transmission, brakes, and other parts. You can also purchase packages that improve the durability, fuel efficiency, and other areas. Along the way, you'll pick up sponsors and awards. Customization is an area I really enjoy in most games. Custom teams in FIFA Soccer and custom clan tags in Call of Duty can really add something unique to a game. It kind of personalizes it for you. EA's NASCAR 09 utilized Photoshop files for users to make their own custom paint and decals. There are thousands of PSD files still available on the internet for people to use. Everything from corporate cars to your favorite sports teams. But that requires a developer to have a server dedicated for hosting. The problem with that is eventually they turn the server off like 2K just did for college hoops. Technics went a little different route, instead trying to put the major tools of Photoshop directly in the game. It's similar to what you see in Call of Duty games when you design your clan emblem. NASCAR Inside Line has significant functions for your creativity to be expressed. You can make your own text, decals, and color combinations on just about everything. Text is limited to a few specific font styles, but other items can be created if you work with shapes and layers. Regardless, making custom cars can be really fun and creative. All it takes is a little bit of time. Xbox Live online racing has also been improved with up to 16 players competing at once. It can be a lot of fun, but as usual, your level of enjoyment is going to depend on other players. Unfortunately, my time online was marred with multiple lag and graphical bugs. The main problem I ran into was other drivers going up and down the track at whiplash speeds without spinning out or any real consequences. Then there was this odd fringe moment when some of the cars merged into one long stretch limo style combination. But despite the occasional graphics hiccup, if you know your fellow racers and all you want to do is race, online can be a lot of fun. You can also play with 2 people locally via split screen. This is one of the few racing games I've seen where the graphics work pretty well in split-screen mode. Another area of NASCAR Inside Line is the highlights. These are scenarios where you earn points by reliving or rewriting moments from previous seasons. The scenarios are fun for any fan, especially if you want to correct an injustice when your favorite driver got beat. Soon there will be 2013 highlights available as a DLC for most of the races this season. Unfortunately, graphical glitches and a lack of other racing series really make NASCAR Inside Line feel like half of a game. It just doesn't compare to Gran Turismo 5 on the PS3 or iRacing on the PC, which has tons of different racing series available. What they did include in this game is done very well, and if you're a NASCAR fan, your choices are extremely limited, and this game is about the least expensive way to put you in the Sprint Cup. Eutechnyx did provide a good update for their NASCAR 2011 game, but unfortunately NASCAR Inside Line is still carrying some baggage that needs some work. The graphics and sound of the current NASCAR season are certainly there, but there's still some bugs playing online. We gave NASCAR Inside Line a score of 3 stars and 6 out of 10.
Game Chronicles.